Did you know that you can turn your home into a money-making Airbnb in Ghana? I did, and today I am here to share how I started. Hi everyone, my name is Sharon and welcome to my YouTube channel. Briefly about myself, I'm from London and I'm the CEO and founder of Charlotte's Property Company Limited. In Charlotte's, we invest into fully furnished properties where we buy, we sell, we manage and we rent as well. Today's episode, I would be talking about how I started my Airbnb business in Ghana even though I live in the UK. I will talk about my wins, the mistakes, and how you can also do it too. Starting an Airbnb business was honestly not an easy decision for me at all because I am already into health, and so going into property or something like a real estate was quite challenging for me to be like, do you know what? This is what I want to do. This is what, but I was convinced from what I was seeing how it had changed people's life, and so I wanted to make the bold decision to also go into it and just have like a side hustle or something like that. So going into Airbnb right now, I would say, is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Beginning how I started, obviously I had an amazing mentor that we went through a guide where it talked about how to start an Airbnb business. Very educative guide, and if I could remember, I used 2 weeks to learn about this whole Airbnb thing, and thanks to my mentor as well, who really helped me throughout this whole journey. Fast forward, I did not delay, because if you know me, you know that I do not delay at all. I like to do things very quickly. So after the 2 weeks where I've learned about Airbnb, fast forward, I was meant to start in London actually, but my mentor helped me. Obviously we was looking into different countries, and Ghana was one of the countries that we was looking into. And so with the help of my mentor, obviously I'm originally from Ghana, and so choosing Ghana was not really easy because I did not think of Ghana at all. I did not see Ghana in the picture, and so making that decision to, do you know what, let's try Ghana, let's see how Ghana works. So we checked into Ghana and it felt like that is the right thing to do, or like that's what you should do first, that is starting the Airbnb in Ghana. Because the whole analysis that we checked, there's an app called AirDNA that we used AirDNA to check the scaling and the analysis and everything. It felt like Ghana would be a best choice to compare to the UK. And so fast forward, I started calling landlords, which was the difficult part, because not all landlords that would allow you to use their property, because I started with a rent to rent where I rent a property and list it on Airbnb, and that's how I make my money out of it. So trying to convince people to take or rent their property and use for Airbnb, as someone that is already in health, it was quite challenging for me. I was like, do you know what, I just can't be bothered. Because on that same day I called three landlords. Okay, so the first landlord did not even want to hear my voice. The second one was like, do you know, I'll get back to you. And finally the third one was like, it's fine, we can work together. And the good thing was, the third person that I spoke to, he had a very good quality and high quality property. So I was like, do you know what, let's start this, let's start making this money. So it was a very great idea, obviously, at the beginning, but it was quite hard going into it. I'm not here to make it sound like it's a smooth thing, because it's not, especially at the beginning. But right now I'm glad to say that I do not regret one bit going into Airbnb, because it has changed my life, it has changed everything for me. And so I am so glad how it started, how it's going. Talking about my wins, so My wins is definitely the money. Obviously, for the past year and more, I've had lots of bookings of my properties. I currently do have 13 listings right now where I manage and I own, and I also rent some of them. And so the wins is definitely the money that, I get from my bookings, because all my properties are getting booked, and so I'm getting profits, and I'm getting, what I'm supposed to get and even more from all the properties. And so that's definitely a win. And also the fact that I'm a super host on Airbnb is also a win, because it makes guests trust you and they book your place. And so that is also definitely a win. I would also talk about the quality of my properties. The high qualities of my properties are is also could be considered as a win for me, because that also influences people to book my place. And so yeah, I am really loving my journey so far, and I believe that you can also go into it. So every single one of you watching me right now can go into Airbnb. You don't need to be an experienced person before you go into Airbnb, especially in my situation where I was already into health and I had zero idea or anything. I had no idea about properties in general. And so I have come to believe that if we are limiting ourselves, it's we limiting our own selves. you know I've also come to understand that every single person has something in them. The only thing that is stopping them is themselves. It's either they are thinking, I think this is oversaturated, or they're thinking, I don't think this would get me anywhere, or they're thinking, I don't think I can do it, or it can last. And I always say that, when would you stop thinking and do it? Like, just do it. Even though starting my Airbnb was quite challenging, but I don't think it took me even more than 2 days to to say yes, I wanted to do it. And I always had the mindset where I felt, or I knew that I can do it. The fact that I've come across it, that means I can do it. So I have to let it work. And I believe that a lot of people do have that sort of driven or that sort of mindset, but you are limiting yourself. So just briefly saying that, whatever you're thinking right now, I know you're thinking about something. I know you're thinking about, let's say, clothing. You don't even necessarily need to go into property, but if property is something that you want to go into it. Start looking into these things. Start feeding your mindset with these information, and that would really help you, because that has helped me. Watching YouTube videos has helped me a lot. So whatsoever that you want to go into, is it clothing, is it, let's say, anything, social media, you can find everything now on the internet. So do not limit yourself. You can do it, and you will do it. You have to do it, basically. Honestly speaking, I cannot think of any mistakes. This is because I've got an amazing and hardworking team around me. Because I live in the UK, obviously, so I need to get a team in Ghana that are taking care of my properties, and also, supporting me and everything when it comes to guests, every single thing. So I wouldn't say I have any mistake, but there's one mistake that normally happens to me. That is when I open my nights on Airbnb for people to book, and open my night on booking.com for people to book, and unfortunately I get two people booking on that same day. I think that is definitely one thing that I stopped doing, because I do have trust issues. And what I mean by trust issues is that when people book my Airbnb, I want to make sure that they come in. Even though I charge them if they do not come in, but I still want to make sure that they come in. they check in, so it wouldn't be like you've booked my place and you've not checked in. So that makes me open the nights for the booking, for booking.com, because my property is all over booking.com and Airbnb. And so that would definitely be one of my mistakes that I've done in the past, and that's the only thing that I could think of. If Airbnb or property in general is something that you've always wanted to go into, or you like to give it a try, I have put together a guide that talks about how to start an Airbnb business in Ghana. You would find it in the description below, so get a copy. And I believe that is going to be extremely helpful, because that is the same thing that I learned, and that is the same thing that I have put down for you to have a copy. I strongly believe that this video has become a very eye-opening to every single one of you that is looking to go into business, any type of business. You need to start now, not tomorrow. The results are going to start now if you start now. And so I wish all of you a very, very good luck, and please do like, comment, ask me any type of question that you want to ask me. If it's Airbnb related or any type of business, please do ask me, and share it to anyone that has the same mindset as I do and as you do. And I believe that it would be very, very good and very encouraging for them to hear. Thank you so much for watching this video. In the next video, I will talk about how to set up an Airbnb business in Ghana, how much you need to start, and one interesting thing, you can start an Airbnb business with £0. Yes, £0. And so I believe that you are not going to miss the next video. Bye for now, and thank you. Good luck.